TikTokers that murdered in cold blood. When it comes to the ever-changing realm of social media, TikTok has served as a springboard for a multitude of young producers who are attempting to achieve popularity through dancing, lip syncs, and viral trends. There are, however, certain tales that take a more sinister turn beyond the surface of well-crafted smiles and catchy sounds. An examination of several frightening incidents in which TikTok's success clashed with tragedy, resulting in acts of violence and deaths, as well as haunting questions regarding fame, mental health, and digital identity, is presented in this film. Case 1. Marianne Oliver, also known as Yandere Freak, cosplay, alcohol, and a loaded gun. Houston, Texas, January 2021. A small gathering of friends turned into a nightmare when a night of cosplay, anime, and alcohol ended in a tragic death. Marianne Oliver, known on TikTok as Yandere Freak, was a rising star in the cosplay community, drawing attention for her intricate costumes and dramatic portrayals of unstable characters. Her TikTok persona, often centered on dark humor and edgy, violent characters, had gained her a loyal following of fans who enjoyed her portrayal of emotionally charged characters from anime and popular media. Among her guests that night was Helen Hastings, an 18-year-old college student passionate about neuroscience and cosplay. The group was having fun, drinking, and joking around when Marianne, playing into her dark persona, began to joke about owning a real gun, mimicking a character from the TV series Gotham. In a horrifying moment of poor judgment, Marianne produced the gun, claiming it was unloaded, a leftover prop from a past relationship. While fooling around, pointing the weapon at friends in jest, the unthinkable happened. Helen was shot in the head. Chaos ensued. Friends tried desperately to stop the bleeding, and 911 was called. Despite the efforts to save her, Helen was declared brain dead and taken off life support 2 days later. The tragedy left everyone involved stunned and deeply shaken. Marianne was later arrested and charged with manslaughter for recklessly handling a deadly weapon while intoxicated. Though she cooperated with police and expressed deep remorse, the public's reaction was mixed. Her online following was divided. Some fans expressed sympathy, while others condemned her actions as reckless and irresponsible. Case 2. Claire Miller, the girl who killed her sister Lancaster, Pennsylvania, February 2021. Claire Miller, a 14-year-old high school sophomore, led what appeared to be an ordinary suburban life. At home, she lived with her parents and her older sister Helen, who had cerebral palsy and used a wheelchair. Claire, however, had a presence online. Under the TikTok handle Spirit and Consultancy, she gained followers with her quirky dances and lip-sync videos. The account, full of youthful exuberance, seemed like nothing more than the average teenage TikTok profile. But behind the carefully curated content, Claire's mental health was deteriorating. She appeared isolated, moody, and increasingly disconnected from the real world. Her once lighthearted TikTok videos started shifting toward darker themes, with mysterious captions and eerie filters. Some followers began to notice the subtle signs of distress, but many wrote it off as just another phase of teenage angst. In retrospect, these signs are chilling in their forewarning. Then came the morning of February 22, 2021. Claire's life and her TikTok career took an unimaginable turn. At 10:08 a.m., she made a chilling 911 call. Her voice, trembling with fear, uttered the words, "I killed my sister." Police arrived at her home to find Claire waiting outside, covered in blood. Inside, they discovered her sister Helen fatally stabbed in her bed. Claire, in a brief confession, told officers she had killed her sister, but the reasons were unclear. Was it mental illness? Was it sibling rivalry? Or perhaps the pressures of online fame and the reality of being thrust into the limelight at such a young age had fueled an unstable mind. As the investigation progressed, it became evident that Claire had been struggling with serious psychological issues. Case 3. Tyrion Thomas, aka Mr. Prada. Fame, paranoia, and murder. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, September 2024. Tyrion Thomas, known on TikTok as Mr. Prada, had once been a rising star. His videos, full of swagger, elaborate editing, and fashionable content, earned him a substantial following. But beneath the polished facade, Tarion was grappling with the pressure of maintaining his online persona. Accusations of plagiarism and constant online harassment began to take a toll on his mental health. What had once been an exciting ride toward fame quickly spiraled into feelings of paranoia and instability. Tarion's videos, once full of confidence and charisma, began to take on a more erratic tone. In the months leading up to the murder, his TikTok posts featured delusional rants, cryptic messages, and signs of a deepening psychological breakdown. Fans, initially drawn to his charisma, began to notice the shift and voice concern. However, no one could have predicted the terrifying turn his life would take. On the night of September 28, 2024, Tarion allegedly killed 69-year-old William Nicholas Abraham, a well-known therapist and former cable TV host who had discussed mental health online. The two had interacted in the past, though not closely, and there had been no signs that their relationship was anything but cordial. Security footage later revealed the chilling sequence of events. Tarion dragging Abraham's body down a hallway, covering it with a tarp, and then loading it into a car. Investigators later discovered that Abraham had faced accusations of inappropriate behavior with a minor, complicating the case further. Tarion was arrested in Dallas, where he appeared disoriented, offering no resistance to authorities. The motive remains unclear. Was it a paranoid breakdown, revenge, or something else entirely? What is evident is that the pressures of online fame and the toxic culture surrounding it may have contributed to Tarion's spiraling mental health. Prosecutors are considering pursuing the death penalty under Louisiana's law due to the victim's age. As with the other cases, social media buzzed with speculation and conspiracy theories. Conclusion: viral fame, real-life tragedy. These three cases, Claire Miller, Marianne Oliver, and Tarion Thomas, share disturbing commonalities. Young influencers, sudden fame, emotional instability, and ultimately, violence. Each of these tragic stories offers a cautionary tale about the dark side of social media validation and the potential consequences of being thrust into the limelight at a young age. TikTok has given millions a voice, but when that voice is heard by the wrong person at the wrong moment, the results can be catastrophic. These tragedies highlight the precarious balance between online fame and real-life consequences. They force us to ask, how much responsibility do platforms like TikTok bear for the mental health of their creators? Can warning signs be detected earlier? And how do we protect vulnerable individuals who seek validation in a space that often glorifies instability and extreme behavior? The chilling truth is that for some, the pursuit of viral fame can quickly turn from a source of pride to a harrowing descent into darkness. And for every moment of fame, there may be a moment of silence, one that resonates far beyond the screen.